Hello from Mexico, welcome back to our channel and back to Vlogmas. So today we're doing a day in our life, weekday edition, but we're doing something very special. Diego has found the car that he wants. However, we do have to go and check its paperwork and all of that. So we're taking you guys with us to show you what that process looks like. This is also an antique car, or is classified as an antique car here in Mexico. So this process is going to be a little bit different and something we've never done before. So we're learning together. But we're going to start off with that. Then we'll show you what we're doing throughout our afternoon and end with a posada tonight because we haven't shown you guys a posada. So if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. And if you love the video, you can also hype it. With all of that being said, let's go buy Diego his new car. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay guys, here's the car. I'm going to show you the full view of it, but we're going to check the paperwork first. This is classified as an antique car in the state of Zacatecas. So it's a little bit different to look up to make sure this car is in circulation and that, but this is exactly what Diego's been looking for. It has a clean motor. Buenos dias. Fidel and Diego actually stopped in this in a vlog that you guys won't see until after Christmas because they were Christmas shopping for me. But we're going to take you through the whole process of this, getting Diego this car. He's so excited. He did say he's going to change the color. Guys, so the car started. Fidel's looking at it, but it's got a clean motor. Are you excited? We're still working on the paperwork part of it, guys. So that's the thing, you have to be 100% sure about the paperwork, because when you go to like switch the owner of the car in that, they ask for a lot of stuff. If you don't have the stuff, you can't switch the car over. So you have to be sure that you've got all your paperwork in order. So it is a Chevrolet Chevelle. The year is 73, I think. I'd have to look at the paper again. But we are going to take, there's a government website that you can put the serial number into, and it'll tell you, I'll put it on the screen, it's REPUVE. You can put the VIN number of the car in, and it will tell you if it's been reported stolen, things like that. If it all checks out, then we'll be taking this car, and Fidel and Diego will be driving it home, and I'll be following behind in my car. Okay, I cannot remember how to say this in Spanish, but basically this is equivalent to like the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles here. So we have the paperwork. We're just going to take it into them. The website that I gave you guys is giving us all an error on like the CAPTCHA, so we're not able to use it, but these guys can do it, like an inspection of it. There's a couple different places you can go to look into a vehicle like this, but this is the easiest. So we're going in here, we're going to check out the paperwork on the vehicle, and if it's all in order, then what we'll do is we'll go to the bank, pull out the money, go back and finish the purchase on the car. Okay, so here's the update. So they can't look at the tenencias, I think is what they're called, which is basically the taxes. So when you buy a vehicle here in Mexico, if the taxes haven't been paid on that vehicle for, let's say, like 3 years, before you can get like your circulation plate, so basically your license plate, you have to pay whatever amount of taxes. The problem is that we have to go through a different state to look into this car's, but I figured that was going to be the case with this car because it only shows receipts up until I think 2021. So we already know we're going to have to pay back taxes on this car, which is not a big deal. But we were trying to see if they could look it up, but they can't because it's in a different state. So right now, unfortunately, they're also getting the error that we're getting with the government website. So we are going to go over to is the Policía Federal or so we're going to the federal police basically station, and we're gonna have them look at the car. We just want to verify that the car hasn't been stolen and that, which is what we need to do obviously before we buy it. So that's where we're headed next. I obviously can't film in either of these places, but I'll update you as soon as we're done there. Next update. So typically when you come to the Federales place, right, you bring it's the seller and the buyer and the physical vehicle, right? So we don't know if we can get the physical vehicle here. So what they're doing is they're sending an officer out. We're gonna go meet up with that officer. And then after the officer checks everything, they're gonna check the paperwork, they're gonna check the car. They do it, the physical, so that they can make sure that the serial number of the vehicle hasn't been tampered with or things like that. So they're going to send an officer out to the location. We'll have the officer check it, do all of that, and then if it's okay, then we'll give them the money. So we're gonna take you guys, we have to run to the bank. So we're gonna run to the bank, and then we're going to grab some food to take home. And then we'll head out and let the officer know that we're there, and they'll send the Federale, so the officer, the federal officer, they'll send one of them out. They'll come and they'll physically check the vehicle and the paperwork to make sure everything's okay. And then at that point, we'll be able to purchase the vehicle. So let's head to the bank and grab some food, and then we'll head back to the car. We're all done at the bank. So we're gonna come and grab some Burger King. And then we're gonna head out to meet the officer at the car, because they said they couldn't meet us until 3. So we have time to grab some lunch. Okay guys, so I didn't record while the Federales were here, but they came, they checked everything out. All the paperwork checks out with it. So we're good to go on that. We are probably going to have to go through our attorney to get what we need from the other state. So the state that this originates in. But we'll talk to our attorney about that. I already sent him the paperwork as well. But yeah, so we're good to go. So we are purchasing the car for Diego. Diego, do you want to come and tell him about are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Is it the car that you wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's going to take a lot of work. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like they're going to put it in the comment section that it's going to take a lot of work. He knows it's going to take a lot of work. That's the idea. Him and Fidel are going to fix this up. That's what they want to do. But it runs nicely. So it's got an issue with the fuel tank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got an issue with the fuel tank. Obviously, it needs a new windshield, right? So there's a lot of stuff on the inside as well. So yeah, but it's Diego's. We're just getting ready to do the contract now. It needs a lot of work. That's the idea. Are you ready to put in all the work for this car?
Yeah.
Yeah. As we are on our way to the house, slowly but surely. So I'll update you when we get there. Okay, we are back home. The good news is that the car made it. It did fantastic. We had to stop and put gas in it, but that's a whole different thing because of the way that the gas is set up right now, because the line from the gas tank to where the fuel needs to go, like the fuel line is messed up. So they've put in like a different system to get it to run, and it ran great. So the good thing about this car is that the transmission and engine are in amazing shape. Like they're just like, they're working perfectly. They're beautiful, right? There are a lot of things on this car that need work, but as we've said in other vlogs, that's the point. This is exactly what Diego wanted. And the fact that we were able to find this car for him it just took it like to the next level, because he is so excited about this car. Unfortunately though, because we had to keep making stops and where the car was located in relation to where we live, we did not make it back in time for the posada. I'm so sorry. So I will go obviously to the posada tomorrow, and I will put that up as a short for you guys. But I can't believe that Diego has his car. Like I said, there's a lot of ins and outs when it comes to the paperwork, especially when buying a used car here. And this is not the first time that we bought a used car, but this is the first time that we have bought a car that is considered an antique, so that has antique plates here. So as I mentioned in the video, the website that we typically use to check to see if the vehicle has been stolen or if it has any issues in that was not working. I even messaged friends in different parts of Mexico to have them run the VIN number, the serial number, and unfortunately they couldn't even run it. But shout out to them for being available and trying to help me figure it out. So unfortunately, because we couldn't pull that up, and because where you would go to pay the tenencias or the taxes couldn't pull it up either, we did have to go the route of going to the, I can't remember exactly. I think it's called fiscalia, but I'm not sure. But it's basically the federal police office, right? So that's why we went there. Typically, you would take the car on site to them, and then they check over the car. They check over all the paperwork. They make sure that there isn't anything wrong. They make sure that the serial number hasn't been tampered with. But because we couldn't get the car over to them, that's why they came and met us there. And I just wasn't super comfortable filming that whole thing. I really wanted to make sure that we guarded not only our privacy and that didn't give a lot of details about Diego's vehicle, but I also wanted to make sure that we guarded the privacy of the seller. But he has other cars that he has sold in that. We did talk to a couple people who have purchased cars from him before. Oh my gosh. It's been a really long day, guys. It's been a long month. But we did speak to people that he has sold to before. They've all had good experiences, and this is, the antique cars are kind of his thing, right? So it was really just a great experience all around. But like I said, I did want to kind of make sure that I wasn't giving out information that, is private information, right, of the car. So I tried to give you guys a look as much as I could of just the whole process. I know this was a little bit of a shorter vlog, and I was hoping to give you more insight into kind of what our afternoon looked like, but it was just really a lot of running around and trying to figure out the paperwork on this car. If you can get into the website, though, that's a huge help, because it does kind of speed up the process, right? But unfortunately, if the website's down, the website's down. I do think that it is helpful that you can go to the police department basically and have them do an investigation or a check on that. I personally, we have utilized that service, so I think I personally would recommend doing that. Just because if it's a used car, especially if it's older, if it's from a different state than where you're at in Mexico, all of those things, you need to just be hyper vigilant of all of those things. But of course, you have to do all of that research also in the US, right? It just works a little bit different down here. The other part of it is that this car is from a different state, and it's in circulation in a different state in Mexico. So we will have our attorney help us kind of move it from that state to the state of Puebla. That's kind of a different process. We do have an attorney here, and so that is something that he can do, and he just works with contacts in that other state. So we'll go through that whole process. It'll be a little bit of a process, but the good thing is that the car's paperwork all checks out, and there's no issues with the paperwork itself. So just a great experience all around, and I can't believe it. When we first saw that car, I honestly thought that it probably didn't even run. And so the fact that you guys will see it in another vlog, obviously after Christmas, but the fact that Diego and Fidel stopped there and the car runs and we were able to drive it and all of that was really a shock to me, because I wasn't expecting that when I first saw the car. But I'm just so excited. I'm excited for Diego to do this project. He's so excited. He's so excited to do it with Fidel. They've both been talking nonstop about what they're going to do to the car and the things that they're going to work on it together. And they will be documenting the process for you guys. So you guys will get to see this in addition to, what else is going on in our life, which is our everyday life and building our home and all of that. So just a lot of fun and exciting things coming up. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it. I also hope, like I've said in all the other vlogs, that you're enjoying Vlogmas. I can't believe that we're coming up to the end of Vlogmas. That seems so crazy to me, but thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of all of this. So we'll keep you updated on the car, and we will see you on the next vlog. Bye guys.